Welcome to the 6th episode of Ask You. As always, let's get straight into the question. How do property taxes affect real estate ownership? Well, property taxes might not be the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about real estate, but they can significantly impact both homeowners and investors. Whether you're trying to reduce your ownership costs or maximize your return on investment, understanding how property taxes affect your bottom line is key. In this video, I'll show you how property taxes factor into real estate decisions, how they affect cash flow and long-term profits, and what you can do to minimize their impact. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by this question, as I've never had a client make a real estate decision solely based on property taxes. However, property taxes can add significantly to the overall cost of ownership. The higher the property taxes, the more expensive it is to own a home or investment property, while lower taxes make ownership more affordable. For investors, property taxes directly affect your cash flow and return on investment, your ROI. For example, higher property taxes increase your monthly expenses, which in turn reduces your net rental income. If the taxes are too high, you may find that your cash flow turning negative or your overall ROI dropping below what's considered profitable in your market. Let's illustrate this with an example. Let's say you purchase a rental property in Toronto with an assessed value of $800,000 with a current property tax rate of 0.15829%. Your annual property tax bill would be around $57.22. If you're renting out the property for $3,000 per month, that $57.22 comes directly out of your rental income, lowering your annual cash flow. In cities with higher tax rates, such as Los Angeles with a 1.25% property tax rate, the annual tax on a property of the same value would be $10,000, almost double what you'd pay in Toronto. This significantly impacts your ROI and might make the investment less attractive. Even if you're buying a home for personal use, property taxes are a recurring cost you need to factor into your monthly budget. For example, if you're comparing homes in different cities or neighborhoods, a lower property tax rate can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your ownership. On the flip side, higher taxes can make your home more expensive than anticipated over time. To calculate property taxes, multiply the property tax rate by the property's assessed value, which gives you the annual tax amount. Typically, the assessed value is lower than the market value, and as an owner, you want it to be as low as possible to reduce your tax burden. Some owners mistakenly think the assessed value reflects their property's market value, but it doesn't. The lower the assessed value, the better for taxes. In Toronto, property taxes are reassessed after the city sets its budget, usually around February or March, with revised tax notices sent out in May or June. Let's not forget about potential future tax increases. Cities can and do raise property taxes. In fact, in 2024, Toronto increased property taxes by 10%. While it's still one of the lowest rates in Ontario, increases like this can slowly erode your cash flow or make your ownership costs rise over time. While we are on the topic of tax increases, in 2023, Toronto implemented a new vacant home tax, which must be reported annually at the beginning of each year. Failing to report or leaving a home vacant could mean extra taxes, further impacting your investment returns. I made a detailed video about it up here if you want to fall asleep. As you can see, property taxes are more than just a recurring payment. They can affect everything from your cash flow to your long-term profits. Whether you're an investor looking at ROI or a homeowner budgeting for the future, understanding property taxes and how they impact your real estate decisions is essential, although it's very boring. I hope that answers your question. Remember, if you have any other real estate related questions, ask me. Ask you. I'm here to help you make smarter real estate decisions. See you in the next video.